Hey friends! Choosing a baby monitor for your nursery is a lot harder than you might think. In this video, I want to look at what is the best non-Wi-Fi baby monitor. I made the first version of this video about a year ago, and my recommendations have completely changed. I've had more time to test those original models, and I've tested way more since then. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 non-Wi-Fi baby monitors and 2 hybrid baby monitors. I am going to include links to the exact models I'm talking about down below, and those will be affiliate links, so if you buy anything through them, I will earn a commission. So first up, let's talk about the Babysense Maxview. The Babysense Maxview has been recalled for a fire danger with the parent unit, but it's been mostly replaced by the Maxview Pro, which is essentially the same monitor, but it has a slightly upgraded camera. So everything I would say about this one is going to apply to the Maxview Pro, and I'll include links to the Maxview Pro down below because you can't buy the Maxview. So the Maxview Pro has a really nice picture and a nice wide view. The Maxview Pro also does a split screen when you're using 2 cameras, which is really nice. One of the biggest negatives about this one is this light on the side. When the room is silent, it's still green and there's no way to turn that off. And if there is sound in the room, including like white noise, you'll see that light go from green to red. I've read about a lot of parents covering that light up with black electrical tape because it was driving them crazy. I also think the price is kind of high for what it is. For the 1 camera version, the retail price is $180 and its best sale price is $110. It's a pretty nice baby monitor, but I feel like there's maybe better options for the money. Next up, let's take a look at the Hello Baby HB6550. This is an Amazon exclusive, and it was my recommendation for the budget model in my last video. But the more time I've spent with it, the more I'm really just not impressed with the build quality on this monitor. It has a pretty nice view, it's reasonably wide, but I don't know if you can see, but there are scratches on the screen already just from me using it through my testing. And the menu setup is just really inconvenient. You have to go into the menu just to adjust the volume. Parent unit was making a strange noise at one point, and when I turn the lights off, the view is purple now. I don't know why. I definitely liked this monitor better on day 1 than I do now. It retails for about $90 and goes on sale for about $63, which is a decent price, but again, I feel like there's better options for the price. Next, let's look at the vtech VM819. It has this really cute, very small parent unit, which I love because you can just so easily fit it in your pocket or carry it around. The view is decent, but it's a pretty narrow viewing angle, so you can pretty much just see the crib and not the whole room. And the camera cannot be moved from the parent unit on this one. You have to physically move it with your hands. In my testing, I also found that this monitor had the best range and the best battery life on the parent unit. If a strong, solid connection is your #1 priority, this is a good choice of monitor for you. This one retails for $50 and goes on sale for only $40. The quality of this monitor for its really low price was really impressive. Next, we'll look at the vtech VM924. This one has a little bit bigger parent unit than the 819, but it has a pretty similar viewing angle. This one does have a camera that you can move from the parent unit. Like the 819, this one also has a really good battery life and a good range. But this one retails for $69 and its cheapest sale price is about $55. I feel like it's an okay monitor, but there are better options for that price. I do think though that the build quality, menus, and usability of this one compared to the Hello Baby are definitely a lot higher for a similar price range. Next, let's take a look at the Infant Optics DXR8 Pro. This was my top recommendation last year, and I think I've changed my mind. It does have a beautiful picture, and in the individual review video of this one, I demonstrated its noise cancellation abilities, and it is the best there is out there at canceling noise. So if you're running white noise in the baby's room, but you don't want to listen to that over the monitor, this one will cancel it out for you, and it does a great job at that. And I still love those positives about this monitor, but unfortunately, I feel like its negatives outweigh the positives. The biggest being that the connectivity on this monitor is just not great. For testing, I have it running alone in the room because it cannot run with other monitors nearby. It just won't connect. And even being the only baby monitor running, I can't go very far outside my house without losing connection. I also don't love that the viewing angle on this one is not super wide. It's okay, you can see a reasonable amount of the room, but it comes with an extra lens that just makes the view even narrower. And if you want a wider view of the room, you have to buy a separate lens for another $12. And it's surprising that this monitor doesn't have a night light on the camera or offer any white noise or lullabies. Pretty much everything else in a similar price range has those features. And speaking of the price, I think it's awfully high for what it is. It retails for $200 and doesn't go on sale for any cheaper than about $185 with only one camera. It does have a really nice view, but I just don't think it's worth the money when you compare it to its competitors, especially considering all the connectivity problems it has. Next, let's talk about the vtech Advanced HQ Max. This one has an excellent picture, a really nice wide view, and all the features you could ask for. And it comes with an extra jumbo-sized parent unit. The big parent unit does offer a really great view, but I think it's a little large for carrying around. And it has this tiny little kickstand to hold it up, so it's kind of easy to knock it down if it's sitting on a table. But this one has a lot of great features, especially for its price. It's the only non-Wi-Fi one I tested that even comes with motion alerts. The Advanced HQ Max retails for $100 and goes on sale for as low as $70. But even at its full price, I think it's a good value for the money. It really has every feature you could ask for, and it's really nice build quality too. Its range and battery life are not quite as good as the smaller vtech models, but it's still quite good. And it handles interference miles better than the infant optics. So the last two models are the hybrid ones. A hybrid baby monitor can either work locally with a local parent unit, or it can work over the internet with a phone app. The first is the vtech Smart. I really love the size of the parent unit on this one, and it has such a beautiful view. It's a nice wide viewing angle, and the colors and clarity are just gorgeous. And it comes with an app that you can use on your phone, and the app is completely free and it's very easy to use. It also has motion and sound alerts, but its alerts are a little overzealous, so they do tend to go off a little more than I might like. I have a separate video comparing different smart monitors. I'll link that one above. And of all of those, this one had the easiest to set up and easiest to use app. There's not much to complain about this monitor. I really do like it. The main downside to me is that you can't turn the Wi-Fi off once you've turned it on. So if you prefer the privacy of not having your baby monitor streaming over the internet, once you set this one up, you can't turn it off. You could use it without ever setting up the Wi-Fi, but this would be kind of expensive if you were just going to use it as a non-Wi-Fi monitor. The vtech Smart retails for $150 and goes on sale for about $130. This monitor, like all the vtech ones, also uses its own proprietary cord, and the cord is different between the parent unit and the camera. That feels like a hassle to me. I'd much rather it just used a regular USB cord. Next up, we'll look at the eufy E21. This one is also a hybrid monitor, so you can use the parent unit or you can use the app. But a big difference between this one and the vtech is that you can manually turn off the Wi-Fi with a physical switch on the camera. I really like that this one has the option to mostly use the non-Wi-Fi parent unit, but then just turn on the Wi-Fi when I occasionally might want to use it, like if we have a babysitter in the house. And you can see the view on this camera is just gorgeous, and it's a very wide view. You can see the whole room. The eufy also has a really nice build quality. It just feels really solid. I also love that it comes with this convenient charging dock for the parent unit. But the parent unit and the camera both use USB-C, so you don't need any special cables anyway. Another feature that I only saw with this monitor is that there is a battery in the camera. So if there's a power outage, the monitor will just keep right on working. And you can just pick up the camera and take it with you. So you could use it in another part of the house to keep an eye on the baby while they're playing or napping in a different room. The eufy monitor also comes with an app, and I will say I don't like it as much as the vtech app. It does the job, it just doesn't have all the features I would like it to have. Like it doesn't do picture-in-picture on your phone. The eufy also does not include motion alerts. Having a battery in the camera does mean that the camera is kind of heavy, making it a little bit harder for mounting than other monitors, but I think the benefits outweigh the negatives having a battery in the camera. Now the retail price on the eufy monitor is $260, but it does go on sale. I've seen it as low as $160. But even at around $200, I think it's a really good value for everything you get for the money. Okay, so now that we've looked at all these monitors, what is the best one? Well, it really depends on what you're looking for. So I'll talk about what I would be looking for if I went to buy a baby monitor today. Personally, I'd want an excellent picture with a good viewing angle where I can see most of the room. Newborn babies stay still in their crib, but as they get a little older, things get a little crazier and you might want to see more. I'd also want good connectivity that worked around all the electronics in my house. And I would like a nice build quality that didn't feel like it was going to break in a day. And I would like it to have no Wi-Fi or the ability to turn off the Wi-Fi easily. And I prefer a parent unit that's small enough to fit in my pocket and carry around. So based on my criteria, the only one that really fits all of those is the eufy E21. But if I really wanted no Wi-Fi whatsoever, I think I would go for the vtech Advanced HQ Max. It's amazing the quality of that monitor for the price, especially compared to some of the bargain ones that are just not even in the same class. And speaking of bargain ones, if I were on a budget, I would choose the VM819. It's really inexpensive, but it is rock solid and definitely does the job. And I think it would make an excellent second monitor or one for grandma's house. So I am gonna leave all those links down below, and I will put my top recommendations at the top of the list. If you've tried any of these monitors, I would love to hear your opinions. And my opinions changed over the last year too, after I got more time with these monitors. Next up, check out my full review of the eufy E21 so you can see why that one is my top recommendation. I'll leave the link to that one right here. Check that out next.